Specifically 79, President Carter brings together a lot of agencies involved in response at the federal level, right? And then creates FEMA. And then FEMA has these 10 regional offices, okay? And Virginia is in which office? Which regional office? Region. Which region is Virginia in of the 10?
Three.
Right? 3, okay. All right, be aware of that. All right. Also, sort of, one of the things decided at this time is that the field will take an all hazards approach, right? And looking at all the phases of the disaster, not just being a response centric, profession, right? So looking at both natural and human made hazards and across all phases of the disaster as well. Okay. So you see this shift happening, and then this is really occurring because in the 80s and the early 90s we have major hurricane events that really shift our understanding of what we need to prepare for beyond just foreign invasion or attacks, right? And then we move forward, to 9/11. You see that shift back, focusing on terrorism, Katrina. So you see that ebb and flow as we go towards today. So we are interested in looking at all forms of hazards, right? And one of them for this module was human-made hazards and looking at all these categories, right? So today I wanted to do a little bit of this discussion about the human-made hazards and how that connects to the human environment. How many of you are familiar with the systems theory developed by Dennis Milletti in his famous book Disasters by Design in 1999? Is anybody familiar with Dennis Milletti? Disasters by Design. All right. So in it, he talks a lot about there's 3 environments, right, that interact with each other. And this interaction, when things are going well, everything is smooth, but an issue in one or more of them can cause what he would term a disaster, right? So he has the built environment, right? Obviously, it gives it away, right? These are things that we build, okay? The physical environment, the natural environment, and then the human system, right? How and where people live, right? So these things are, they fit well in together when things are well, and then when things occur, this is when a disaster happens, right? So some of you may be familiar with this text. If not, you probably see it at some point. It's quite famous. He recently passed away, but we will look at some of his other work, looking at risk warning, hazard warning later in the semester. But a very important scholar in the field. Okay, so we're going to watch a classic documentary. Okay, so get your popcorn if you want. It's very old. It's from way back in the day, but I think it really aligns well with the discussion on this topic, and then moving you into the next segment of this semester. Okay, so let us begin. Okay, it's called "Don't Be a Sucker." It is from 1947. How many of you have seen this before? How many of you have seen this before? Okay. All right. So we'll watch this and then we'll have a discussion after. Okay. So let's begin. Can you hear it, or is it too loud or too low? Okay.
Can someone hear it broken up?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's my fault. I'm clearly not good with technology. Let me start over. Sorry. Okay.
Sir, I don't hear anything from my end.
Neither do I.
a fella who's willing to bet his hard-earned money on it.
Now I can hear parts of it.
Henry here got on the train with $200. He couldn't see any harm in a friendly game of cards. What if the other men